Welcome to the Why Should I Refer You podcast. And the only reason I remember that name is because John Lusher, the guy that helps me with my marketing, actually put it on the screen here. I kept calling it something else. So, John, thank you.
I do what I can. Always happy to help out.
So, John, you have the dubious but extremely illustrious honor of being the second repeat guest or the first repeat guest.
Wow.
Yeah, the first repeat guest.
I am. I am the first repeat guest. You're right. That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Well, I mean, since you uploaded every one of them, hopefully you know, right? So John is my most trusted marketing dude. I was looking for a different term and just like I went to the library and no books were on the shelves, bro. Like, okay, dude, it is, dude, dude,
Dude
it is,
always works.
dude works, right?
I'll accept dude.
Yeah, like the grease man, don't call me dude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about marketing,
We are.
and we're well. You're always more diplomatic than I am,
Yeah.
so we're gonna try and be more like you than like me.
So more diplomatic, not as much in your face.
Yeah, we're gonna have a conversation as if my wife was listening.
That's a good way to put it.
So that'll cut down profanity and irresponsibility to an extent.
Yeah. Not cut it out completely, but it'll cut
Don't
it.
hang up yet. Don't hang up yet. So,
Stay
so John,
tuned.
let's start here. You run a marketing agency. You've been in the referral game. You are been a friend of mine for a while.
A long time.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I'll say it.
no,
I'm
it's,
old.
it's over 10 years. No need to specify.
That's right.
Like over 10,
Details do not matter.
over 10 when you're over 50 is good enough. So like, let's, I just want to get your thoughts on A, who the hell you are, what do you do? And then B, how you, from your perspective as someone who owns a marketing agency,
Mm-hmm.
right? How you experience referrals. What do they mean to you personally? And then we'll build it up from there.
Well, as mentioned, marketing agency, the Social Buzz Lab, and we work with entrepreneurs, business owners, small to medium businesses, brands. I don't want to say anybody and everybody, but it's a pretty broad brushstroke as far as the types of businesses that we work with and we have worked with because everybody needs help with something. And for the most part, brands and entrepreneurs and businesses need help with their marketing, with their digital media, with their fill in the blank, whatever comes after that. So that's where we step in. We either help their staff, their marketing staff, we are their marketing staff, or we just help them lay out the vision and then they go off and do what they do. So over the years, as we have had these conversations, referrals have become more an integral part of how we operate. Right now, we're probably, I'd say, 85% of the people that we work with now, we got by referral. One from you because of some shared interests and contacts. I have one client that we did a website for 2 or 3 years ago. She has since referred me to half a dozen people. Most of them have worked out wonderfully. A couple of them would like to find a place in the woods to bury them, but that's another story altogether.
That's something else.
Those are cliff notes for another episode. But referrals are an integral part of how we operate. And I know we'll get into this, but one of the main reasons why, and you and I have had these conversations, is because A, there's not enough hours in the day, it seems, to prospect for new business. And B, let's call it what it is. It's a pain in the butt. It's like the salesman that hates cold calling. Okay, then what are you going to do? From our standpoint, from a marketing standpoint, prospecting and of course our own marketing presence online and everywhere else, it's a heavy lift. And the prospecting piece of it especially is a heavy lift whenever you try to weave that into everything else that you have to do day to day. So referrals play an integral part, more and more so.
Yeah. Did you see that thing I sent you from Schaefer earlier today?
I did,
Yeah.
and that is spot on.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. I'm gonna pull it up.
Hmm.
I'm not sharing it because I don't know how, but
That's okay.
I want to read the quote for everybody that's listening and understand this is why John and I get along. it's not just because we agree on most things, but this is like when you look at business wise, this is what we believe. So this is Mark Schaefer, genius. He's got a new book out, Audacity or Audacious or something. His
Something
new book
along
is,
those lines.
yeah, just buy all of his shit. It's amazing. So, I mean, it really is. He's an amazing guy. So everyone reading this post has one goal for their business. You want to be seen, heard, and discovered. You want to be the signal against the noise, and the noise is worse than ever. Preach, Mark. Preach, baby.
Absolutely, it is.
To stand out, competent doesn't cut it. Competent is the new invisible. Competent is what gets replaced. The middle of the road is where roadkill happens. In a world drowning in meh, MEA, Mark, you had me at meh. Disruption isn't just an option, it's survival. The AI revolution isn't coming for the remarkable, it's coming for the replaceable, and most marketing today is precisely that. So,
Exactly.
like, I want us to, that's kind of really encapsulates how you and I look at marketing in general across every spectrum, every industry. And then it really, I think, will inform how you and I look at referrals for our clients, right?
Agreed.
So let's get started. Like you own a marketing agency, and fundamentally, like the big question that you're helping your clients answer is, why should I meet with you? Right? Would you agree that
Yeah,
that's like, are most of your
absolutely.
clients aren't answering the why should I buy? Like, how many of yours are
Correct.
direct to e-commerce?
Only one at this point.
Okay. So when you look at it, marketing often is, and rightfully so, I think, is when we look at why should I refer you, we're really looking at using marketing by referral, social media, email, you name it. I just read John a really funny email script we're going to be sending out. Yes, we do emails, right? But really, marketing's about having that prospective client to the degree that you've successfully identified who they are, right?
True.
Be compelled to be willing to meet. Would you agree?
Absolutely. Because
Yeah. Now
you're trying to get them to take action.
I see your assistant behind you.
That doesn't surprise me. Yep. He's watching intently to see
That's right.
exactly what it is that we're doing.
Yeah. So John has a couple of things that are challenging, and one is that he owns cats,
Yes.
right? No, the beauty is he and I and our Instagram message chat will always remain confidential.
But highly hilarious.
Yeah. So I send him on average one or two cat videos per day. Well, you send me other stuff. So anyways, so fundamentally, where do you think clients sit on consciously understanding that marketing is answering the why should I meet with you? Where do you think your clients are on that?
I think some
You
of
got
them
big spread.
I think some of them grasp it and understand it. I think some of them do not. And I think it's like with most businesses. If you ask any business owner, do you love referrals? The answer pretty much every single time is going to be yes. Just like you asking, okay, you love referrals. What system do you have in place to make those referrals happen, to predict them, to track them? And that's the deer in the headlight look. So you'll
Yeah.
run into clients with do they understand that they're answering or trying to answer, why should I meet with you? Some of them will say, absolutely. And here's why. And they start listing reasons. Some of them will say, yeah, I think so. And then there's going to be others that are like, their answer would be, nah, because they haven't thought it through to that extent. And I think for most businesses, if they haven't gone down that path, that exercise of answering that question, I think they are losing a lot of opportunities. I think they're
Oh
losing
God.
opportunities in how they communicate with their clients and potential clients. And I think it's reflected in how successful they are, not just overall in general, but I think it pinpoints to how successful or unsuccessful they are in using referrals and using marketing and using them both effectively.
Yeah. It's so interesting because we're both consultants, right? When you
Hmm.
get down to it.
True.
And I was having a pretty cool conversation with a buddy of mine the other day, and we were like, "Are you selling education or are you selling execution? Like, what is it?"
Mm-hmm.
And I think, I mean, there's nothing wrong with either, by the way, except for how much money you make,
That
right?
is true.
Right? He who delivers clients gets paid more. He who does not, right?
That is a valid statement today,
Even though
yesterday, and forever.
higher ed is a huge scam, like Columbia's got $1 billion worth of federal funding
Hmm.
per year.
Plus their endowments that they sit on.
John, man, how can we get $1 billion of the government's money? Oh wait,
Exactly.
we can't. Oh well, back to our normal thing. So, like, when you look at it, would you agree that, and this is based upon a joint experience you and I have
Hmm.
with a multinational organization
Hmm.
that
You can
doesn't
remain
deliver?
nameless or not.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to try not to talk about them because they suck. What a broad spectrum of people. It's a referral group. What a broad spectrum of people from different places, different
Hmm.
things, different cultures, different sized businesses. Would you agree that the vast majority of people that are looking at doing business by referral, whether or not they recognize it's marketing, just moving that aside,
Okay.
would you agree that most of them, the reason to meet is about buying their product? That their answer for why should I meet with you is my product, my service.
100%. We both, through the organization that shall remain nameless, we both had countless experiences of meeting with someone
Oh,
that
oh,
we may have been in an organization with or may not have been. And not figuratively, literally out of the gate, they're trying to sell something to us personally.
yes.
And I hate to use the phrase that was used in said organization, but there's a lot of validity to it. When you first meet someone, you're not going to go to third base or you're not going to go to home plate and you're not going to make a sale immediately. That person may actually have zero either desire or need for what it is that you're selling. But to come out of the gate and literally try to sell something and close someone is just, it's so backwards to how you develop a relationship that it's literally going to the last step instead of going through the process. And I think so many people they look at marketing and they look at referrals that it should be instantaneous or instant. Hey, I'm posting on LinkedIn. Why is my phone not ringing? I have no idea.
Is
One,
your phone
probably
number attached to your account?
yeah, your content's probably crap. Or two, you just started posting regularly last week. Or three, your content's crap. I mean, people expect too much of an immediate result from everything, especially from marketing, from relationships, from trying to build a business by referrals. They want the answer now. And I think that's one of the 1,001 reasons that social media is so, I don't know if I want to say damaging, challenging, is because people expect instant results. They want it to happen right now. They don't want to take the time to build that relationship, to build that pipeline for their business, to build the top of funnel that will lead down to the bottom of the funnel. They don't want to take the time to do that. They're looking for that shortcut. They're looking for that workaround. And I think part of it stems from social media itself, because one thing about social media and the doom scrolling, it's that constant dopamine hit that either makes you feel good, makes you feel something. Well, then we turn around and go, okay, here's our marketing. When can we expect to see results? I had somebody ask me, we had just started maybe had been working together for a week or two, and they asked something about numbers and metrics. I'm like, really? We
Well,
really
you
don't even have a good handle on this yet. I mean, come on.
well, you know where I come at it. My thing is, hey, if you want clients right away, there's no shortcuts. So the
Mhm.
only way to get clients fast is to buy them.
Money,
Period.
money, money,
But you have to
money.
buy them.
You do. Yeah.
Either you acquire clients from another professional or another company,
Hmm.
or you pay an advertising agency, right?
Hmm.
Serious money for them to go through the work for you to deliver clients. And even then it's not right away.
That's true.
And I know some great ad reps
Hmm.
for TV stations,
Sure.
right? I'm thinking
Absolutely.
I'm thinking of Alan, right? Right? great guy. He would never say we're going to get you results right away either. And he's in the business of selling clients.
Exactly.
So, like, here's what's interesting. Back to your analogy about the referral group thing.
Mm-hmm.
What is even more terrifying about referrals and marketing
Mm-hmm.
is when it works, even though you did it wrong. Right?
That's true.
And so
That's the real scary part.
it's really so. We're gonna. It's why should I refer you? So we're gonna stay there, but insert any social media, any email marketing thing. So the problem with the way most people do answer the question, why should I meet with you? Which is, hey, because I sell this shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
The problem with that is if you sell that member of your referral group, if you sell that client of yours or that person you know hard on them buying it,
Mm-hmm.
you have just paved a neurological pathway about how you should be referred.
Exactly.
And so there's nothing wrong with marketing that works and creates a sale unless you're evil. And if you are, you're not listening to this podcast anyways, you're listening to other people's podcasts, right?
This is true.
But what we got to do when we think about marketing, we're thinking about, can we forecast it? Can we predict it? How do we measure it? And so what we've got to be able to do is for X amount of effort, whether it's financial resources, marketing, content creation resources,
Mm-hmm.
or client facing, like we have to be able to quantify these resources and then expend them. And here's the problem with a referral group. If you teach everyone in your referral group that you are worth meeting when somebody's ready to buy, you've now just been restricted to less than 1% of 1% of your potential buyer's life.
That's true.
And you will suffer accordingly, right? And referrals by nature have less reach in the moment than a lot of other things potentially. Down the road, I think it equals out down the road.
Long term, I think it either equals out or outpaces it.
Correct. But like you're going to starve up until then, just like with any other thing. So that's the thing I want you to think about is when you're looking at that one potential person, if you're thinking about them as a referral source, you need to understand that standing behind them are anywhere from 5 to 100 potential introductions for you as potential clients.
Mm-hmm.
But those introductions, the channel,
Mm-hmm.
velocity of that channel is dependent upon how well you are worth meeting when they're not immediately in the market. And I know this resonates with you as a professional marketer. So much of what you do for me, so much of what you're doing for your other clients is facilitating all the components of a comprehensive sales plan, which includes marketing. So that, like, for you, you've helped me go from no blogs. God, how many have I written now, John? Hundreds?
Literally
Hundreds of blogs. We've got podcasts. We've got a Substack newsletter. We're going to have a community. Like, so basically, what I want people when they're thinking about referrals, and I'm throwing it to you, is there is absolutely a role for a professional marketing consultant in any business owner's organization, internally or externally, especially if you want referrals, because they're like sales enablement, which sometimes I give a bad rap to because it's often done by people who can't sell and don't want to sell. But like sales enablement as correctly designated is helping to accelerate a beneficial sales process for the organization and its clients, right? And to a great extent, you are my sales enablement team. You, Dawn, I can't remember Dawn's daughter's name. She's yeah, she's incredible. Like what you guys do is, and to a great extent, sales enablement, you are more in strategic for me, right? Which is suffering, I know. But like, because I'm like, if I have to go and figure out how to size something for YouTube, how to upload it, all of a sudden, like, and that's what I want people to understand is like, you need professional marketers because professional marketers, number one, will ask good questions about why you're doing anything, including referrals. Right?
Exactly.
And that's
They should.
That's why you're my most trusted advisor on that, because you like, and sometimes it's because you're cantankerous, but you will challenge me and say, Mike, well, why are we shifting focus to that? Da 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 da.
Exactly. Yep.
Right? And you win disturbingly some of the time.
Well, and to that point, you have to give yourself credit because half the time, whenever I get a text message from you early in the morning, it has the body of the text message is there's something that I have been thinking about, or there's something that I want to run past you. Well, instantly at that point, I put my guard up because I'm like, okay, I need to push back on something. Because
Well,
typically it's an idea that hasn't been completely flushed out, so to speak.
yeah. Well, it would be safe to say that I do not suffer from a lack of potential content.
No, you are what we in the business love to refer to as content rich,
Yeah.
meaning there is a plethora of content. And anybody that's been in marketing and anybody that's trying to market their business knows that you want to have too much content versus not enough. Because if you don't have enough, all of a sudden you're taking, one photo and trying to add 16 different edits to it to make it last for a month. So having too much content is a great, not even a problem. It's a great opportunity because it allows you to not only spread it out, but to repurpose it to use it different ways. The thing that businesses need to understand, and this is any type of business, you all have that much content at your fingertips. Either
Everyone.
content that you already own and you have already produced and can be repurposed, or content that you can easily create. I mean, one of the greatest things about the onslaught of AI and all of these tools is the fact that it can help you brainstorm like never before. And
Huge.
we've both done it. We've used Perplexity to brainstorm something specific. I threw something in there this morning, just a phrase that I had thought of that I wanted to get kind of more clarity on and some feedback on. And it's great at that. Now I'll take that and I'll write it in my own voice, as we all should do. But the fact that you can instantly say, okay, I've got this idea for my business and here's my business. What kind of content do I need to create, or what kind of content can this idea help me to produce? You're going to have so much, you're going to have so many ideas to choose from. It's going to be a problem to get it all done. It's not a
Oh,
lack of content,
yeah.
it's a lack of execution. And I think it's that way in marketing, in business by referral, in everything. It's the execution.
Yeah, it's huge. So one of the things that we'll probably have to do another podcast for this one.
Hmm.
But one of the things that you and I've talked about that I've never heard another marketing person talk about is working with, and this is something you're helping me work on. It's a big strategic plan for us, right? But working with people that really grasp my can I borrow your car methodology, the culture of give first, giving is how we get
Yep.
referred higher in the food chain. Giving is what makes us worth. Why should I refer you, right? Because
Hmm.
I'm a giver. Can you just take a little bit of time to the degree you're comfortable, and you can say, because I'm springing this on him, by the way, he's good, man. He's good in the paint. He's used to the elbows. What I think a lot of people miss, and this is business owners with sales teams and marketing teams.
Hmm.
What they miss is the power that marketing consultants like you that understand referrals can bring into looking at how are we going to market to our clients to get them closer to us by us giving referrals. And what people don't
Exactly.
understand is the concierge desk doesn't work if people don't know it's there.
That's true. That's exactly right. And you'll be amazed. I would hazard a guess that at least 50% of businesses would be shocked if they went and sat down with their clients and said, we do business in this area, but did you know that we also do this, 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 and this? I guarantee you that at least half of them would say, we didn't realize you could do that. We didn't realize you offered that as a service. And your best potential possible source of referrals are the people that you work with day in and day out. If nothing else, if you haven't had these conversations with your clients, you need to schedule a time to have this conversation and say, listen, I know we work on all of these things, but did you also know that we offer this service, that service? We can do this for you. And you may be surprised. They may say, I had no idea. Or they may say, yeah, we knew you could do that. Okay, great. As you know, we love working with you and your team. We would love to work with similar companies that you don't compete with,
Yeah.
and start that conversation. But I'm telling you, most people have never had that conversation with a client. They've
Which is
never sat
bad.
across the table and said, do you know everything that we can bring to the table?
Yeah, I mean, and it's what's really sad about that is I never talk about that because coming at it from a commercial sales background,
Hmm.
like it's you would be drawn and quartered if your clients for in the copier business, if the
Uh-huh.
clients didn't know all the stuff you sold, right? But
Yeah.
that is, I mean, that is a real problem, and even bigger problem,
Hmm.
right, is being able to remind clients that you can also help introduce them to other people they don't know,
Yes.
other resources. And this is the thing is like this dopamine fix, John,
Hmm.
destroys the I love referrals conversation
It does.
because everyone thinks that you have got to ask the question once about who else you could refer them to and that you never have to do it again
You never
when it
ask again. Yeah.
when in reality you need to have that conversation once a quarter with the client
Hmm.
just from a retention standpoint so that they know that you're worth more than what they're paying you, that you are
Yes.
available to help more, and you
Uh-huh.
need, I believe, an internal marketing strategy to your clients to remind them that on top of what they pay you
Hmm.
for, you are so much more, that you and your
Yes.
team are committed. And,
Yes.
and like it might take seven or eight, it might take four conversations with one of your sales reps. It
Uh-huh.
might take two follow-ups with one of your support people. It
Hmm.
might take three or four emails where at the end of the email you say, by the way, we've always got time to help you. If
Hmm.
you need a referral to someone, let us know. Like it might
Exactly.
like, and this is the secret. Marketing requires a
Hmm.
certain amount of activity, and you have to measure it so that you know what that number is it
Hmm.
12 touches?
Exactly. Here's the dirty little secret that is part of that. Here's what none of us wants to really admit to ourselves.
Oh, God.
Our
I'm scared.
clients never think of us unless there's an issue, they need something, or there's interaction between you and that client. They're not sitting there going, man, that Mike is a great guy. I really wish I could find a way to refer him.
I can
Man,
guarantee you that's not happening.
I really, really need to know everything that Mike can bring to the table so that I can represent him.
Yeah, that's
Sorry,
that's
brother,
not
they're not doing that. They're not doing it for me either. I promise you.
yeah,
And for everybody listening, they don't think about you that often. They just
right,
don't. So you have to drive that conversation just like you have to drive marketing your business. It's
without
a it
begging.
well, without begging, exactly. But chances are with a client, you at least have a visit or a phone call weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually, semi-annually, something. Or if you don't, you
Emails.
should. Emails. It's just, I mean, it can be part of your email signature. I love referrals. How can I help you? Done. And it's something that they at least see on a regular basis. Otherwise, I'm telling you, friends, they're not thinking about you.
Yeah, I mean the real secret of, and the Substack
Mhm.
went out. What is today? Tuesday. It went out today, and then
Mhm.
there's another one coming out Thursday. Can I borrow your car? Substack.
Mhm.
Right. Look it up. But the real secret that John just shared with you guys, and that we're trying to let everybody know, is if you want to get more referrals, there have to be more conversations about
100%.
you. And just like bad marketing, bad referral conversations don't accelerate introductions. They often don't kill relationships,
Uh-huh.
but if somebody is, their perception of you is that you're always asking for them to give to you,
Uh-huh.
at a certain point, they believe you. They believe that you don't care about anyone else and that you are completely only interested in helping yourself. And it still will work, which is horrible, right? But
That's
but
true.
here's
It
the
will.
deal. Your best clients, the ones that we teach you how to develop relationships with and can I borrow your car and then the trainings and work, your best clients could do so much more, but you have to start acting like a professional marketer.
Exactly.
And
You have to
you
be a professional and you have to make sure that they understand you're not just coming to them asking for a referral. You're coming to them and sitting down going, Mike, how can I help you? What is that? What is your pain point? What are you having issues with? I may not be able to solve it, but I guarantee you that either I know somebody or I know someone that knows somebody. I
yeah,
promise you. If we stop and think of it, and of course, for you and I, we come from a marketing, sales, networking background, so we're more in tune to this. But still, I guarantee you, everyone knows someone that knows someone. It's like the 6 degrees of separation from Kevin Bacon. We are separated 1 or 2 degrees from probably a world of help or a world of assistance that some of our clients may need
Yeah, we
if we
played that
just
game. We,
conversation.
we played that game in a BNI chapter in 1996,
Hmm.
and somebody was really sarcastic. It's like, I bet nobody can get me. I think I think it was Bill. I can't remember who's the president. Well, I
Yeah,
bet nobody here knows such and such. And one of the members is like, I had dinner with him last week.
you just never know.
Silence.
You
I
have
mean,
no clue
and
you
and
until you
and
have the conversation.
and I'm here to tell you
Hmm.
that butthead that said it the way he
Yeah,
did not get the introduction.
I'm
The
sure he
only,
didn't.
the only reason she said that was to spike the ball on his arrogant ass, and
Exactly.
it
It was
was
beautiful.
it was wonderful. Like we all went out drinking afterwards just to celebrate the evisceration of that person. But it's really important. So John,
Hmm.
so we got to land the plane here, which means we'll need to do it again.
Absolutely.
You've been involved in helping clients
Hmm.
around the world
Hmm.
expand their client bases, in many cases, directly sell products. You've been
Uh-huh.
involved in helping entrepreneurs craft startup marketing plans. You've done all these things. And all along, you've also been a consistent learner about referrals. What are one or two things, in addition or to reinforce what you've already said, that you want the listener that's still here to take action on?
The very first thing that I challenge anyone that's listening to do is to call up a client, current client, maybe one that you've worked with in the past year, even give you some grace. Let's say it's someone that you've worked with in the past year. Doesn't have to be a current client. Call them up, tell them that you just like to sit down and talk to them about their business, about what's going on, about how you can help them. Make that the agenda. Don't make it about yourself. Make it about them, what their pain points are, what they may need help with, how you could potentially introduce them to someone. And I challenge everybody to do that with at least one of their either current or past clients and see what happens, see where it goes. I think you'll be shocked at the results.
It'll be amazing. Like I always tell people, like the worst thing that happens when you have a referral strategy that's not about begging, the
Hmm.
worst thing that happens is your clients learn that you appreciate them. Like it's like a really great internal PR campaign with your clients when you're actually asking how to help them.
Well, it's the best PR that you can do, number one. And even if, let's paint the picture here, even if you can't help them, even if it never leads to any other business, I guarantee you that that point of contact, that client, that person is going to remember that forever. They're going to think, hey, he came, he sat down with me, wasn't trying to sell me something, wasn't asking for anything except, how can I help you? And if the answer is no, that's fine. They're going to remember that and they're going to remember you.
Yeah, it's interesting is because the only tweak I would make to that is
Hmm.
he wasn't trying to sell himself.
Yeah,
He was looking to sell other people that could create outcomes and results for me. And I think
exactly.
that is so powerful when you look at all of the disruption and upheaval that's going on
Hmm.
across the freaking world. When you look
Hmm.
at business, like what John said is so powerful. I'm just going to amplify it. Your clients can answer the three most important questions in business. Why should I meet with you? Why should I buy? And why should I refer? And you have to find the clients that have got good answers to all three. When
Absolutely.
you do, you don't ask them to buy more from you. You do what John said. You ask them
Yeah.
how you can help them because every time you have a conversation with your clients
Hmm.
about referring them something, it's a referral conversation,
It is.
right?
It also is a much better conversation than typically the conversation is either about a project or the work that you're doing, or the conversation is because there's a problem. Well,
Yeah,
this is the polar opposite of that conversation. This is a how can I help you conversation. We would much rather have those all day than the hey, we've got a problem
yeah,
type conversation.
yeah. I always think of Hazel Walker.
Yep.
I will go to my grave saying that
Hmm.
Hazel, who I think still involved with BNI,
Hmm.
she was she was one of the most gifted
Yep.
referral presenters I have ever seen.
100%. Yep.
Spectacular. All right.
100%. Good
So
stuff.
yeah, good stuff. So here, let's close it up. I'm done with you, but just thanks for being here. Like it's huge, but like
Thank you.
for the listener, we want to know what you're challenged with. We want to know what questions you have. Believe it or not, those are all referral conversations. We love having them. We love referrals. Let us know how to help you. Right?
And let us know if you've had those conversations. We want to hear about them.
Big time. Big time. Post it.
Absolutely.
Post it on the YouTubes, as they say.
Post it on the interwebs and let us see it.
That's right, man. All right, brother.
Good stuff, man. Thank you all.